praise and adoration to him as always. And I will, of course, should I say, unfailingly pray in the language of heaven. Some may misunderstand, some of them may try to misconstrue, but one thing is certain right now, in the presence of the Almighty God, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai in heaven, the angels are singing, worshiping, and praising the Most High with the very oldest language on the face of this very earth, the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọka aka ụbọchị niile ka anyị na-etuga eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ndị gboo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla ka anyị nwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa nwere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko m dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kocha wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ya ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị ịchụ ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọgbụkwu anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa ngwọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ obi mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwanya bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasịsi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụrụ ikonye ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọgba n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na ebe gị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye bụ nke a na-ajọ gị. Ise ise ise. Having handed over our proceedings to heaven, we must therefore proceed unfailingly and very speedily to preach this very gospel that we have been mandated to preach.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much. And remember, in this channel, we talk about the situation of the people in the contraption called Nigeria. The problem that the people are facing, the indigenous tribe are facing. It is not easy. Nobody is finding it funny. We are not here to preach hate speech. We are not talking against anybody. We are saying live and let's live. And for those who have said that we will not live, just like the Fulani and Jawid and their terrorists, who have said they will not allow the other indigenous tribe to live, we will not allow them to live either. We cannot be cowards. We cannot run away from our own land. They are trying to push us away from our land by all means possible. We say no to that. That is why we are speaking up about the plight of the people in the country called Nigeria. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. You know that the Janjaweed are ready. And we are ready equally. We want to equal them with everything that they bring to us. We have to return it back to them. That is what we are doing. We are prepared, even though they have kidnapped our spring Lamazin Nandikano, who has been in the front leading the fight. He has been in the front leading the fight, doing very, very well when he was with us, until they kidnapped him and sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. And today, he is in the hand of the ESS, hoping to come out very, very soon. It doesn't matter what they do, they can't silence him because he has already laid a foundation that we are following. He laid a strong foundation, and we hear from him on a daily basis. That is why we pray along with him in the prayer that he had asked us to pray. We started the prayer with him, and we cannot relent. We can't go back now. We hear from him on a daily basis. Regardless all the confusions that are coming from east, west, north, and south, I will advise every Biafran, do not listen to gossip. Do not keep yourself busy on listening to gossip, what is not relevant. The only thing that is important to you and I now is the freedom of Asorock and the freedom of Biafrans. The freedom of every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. The disintegration of that very contraption so that there will be a responsible and reasonable nation where people can be able to flourish. That is the only thing that matters to us. Every other thing short of that, we don't want to hear about it. We don't want to hear about it. Every gossip that is flying online, we don't want to hear about it. There are people who have been placed in order to take care of certain issues that are flying online. If it is not your own responsibility to deal with those issues, shut your mouth and go back and do what you're supposed to do. Why are you putting your mouth on what doesn't concern you? It doesn't concern you. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has established everything the way it is. Those who are supposed to be fighting against saboteurs, those who are supposed to be dealing with problems in what they are there doing what they're supposed to do. Why are you busy gossiping, busy saying things that are irrelevant? Even if you feel that people who are doing whatever are doing are not doing it right, what you have to do is to pray and open your ears, follow the right instruction. When the wrong instruction comes, don't follow it. That is why you have to listen to your inner minds. Pray with our Mazen Nnamdi Kanu so that the spirit of Biafra will take over you. Once you are a real Biafran, a true Biafran, you will know the real message when it comes. You don't have to be bothered. Somebody who wants to hijack the struggle, or someone who doesn't want to hijack the struggle. What are you going to hijack? Biafran struggle is so strong, is heavier than anybody to hijack. Nobody can hijack the IPOB. IPOB have established in a way that when we talk about IPOB, stop caging it to only the retired members. Everybody in the southeastern region, they are members of IPOB. Either registered or not registered, they are members for IPOB. But there are family members who are registered. So the spirit of Biafra has taken over everybody that is living in that very part of the world. The southeastern region, old southeastern region, we are all possessing the spirit of Biafra. That is why they filter every information when it comes and they digest it. They filter it and they digest it. You can only filter it right and digest it right if you are working with the spirit of Biafra. Praying along with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he is a prayerful leader. He's not just another leader. You see some people keeping themselves of choosing somebody who will be their spiritual leader or who will not be their spiritual leader. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a full package. If you don't know it now. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a full package, both spiritual and physical. He is our leader. He is leader on every aspect, both spiritual leader of Biafra and whatever. He is all and all, a full package. We have it in him. That is why if you are following him earnestly and closely, you will never fall aside. You will never deviate. You will never deviate. Every platform he has told us to follow, we are following. Praying along with him and also monitoring what is going on with our senses intact. And those who have told us to follow and listen to, they have not deviated. A platform like the platform of our brother Simon Ekpa has never deviated. Simon Ekpa is doing a great work, nailing the janjaweed at their heart, pulling a strong streams to make sure that everything that is hidden is being exposed. The same job that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was doing while he was here. Simon Ekpa was doing the same job. Even while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was around, he was doing it along with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And today, he is still following that same step. He started calling himself the disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, even while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was with us. Even before he joined IPOB. Today, he is still following that full step. Doing a great job in his channel. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us to listen to him. Even before the distraction came. Why won't you follow step and listen? Why won't you obey and follow simple instruction with your senses intact? When he goes out of line, of course, Biafrans will know. When he goes out of the line, we will know. Everybody will know. You can't hide it. You can't deceive Biafrans. Biafrans are so smart. They are so smart that before you can be able to convince a Biafran to follow you, it takes time. It takes time. And once they are convinced, they will follow you. So why are you bent on destroying somebody who Chukwuka have provided to take up a job he's supposed to do, and he's doing it right? Be busy with yourself. Be busy with yourself. Focus on the struggle. Whoever you are, I don't want to mention names. I don't know whom you are. Focus on the struggle. Talk about the plight of the people of the contraption called Nigeria. Talk about the suffering that people are going through. That is what you have been talking about. You can see the insecurity situation in Nigeria is getting worse, and it will never get better. It is getting worse. The government of Nigeria is a terrorist government. A well-known terrorist government is no longer hidden. Is no longer hidden. It's blown open. Everybody now knows that it's a terrorist government, and the people who are in charge of the government are terrorists. You see the revelation that the man made in channel television. Somebody who is a security officer who is not supposed to be seen. He knows a lot more than you know. He knows so many things that we don't know. But he came out to tell us there are people in this government who want Nigeria to be Fulanized. People in this government who want Nigeria to be Islamized. People in this government who want your death. What else do you want to hear? What else do you want to do? Such revelation have come that there are people in this government who really want to destroy every indigenous tribe in that very country called Nigeria by Fulanizing a country that you know very well that is a secular state. A secular country, you want to Islamize it. This is a script that they're playing. And when this man made this accusation, he didn't say one person or two person. They are in Asorock. They are governors. They are in the House of Assembly, pursuing this very mission. Most of us know them. We have seen their videos. We have seen their support. We have seen what they are doing. Instead of you to keep busy and wake people up, you are talking about the relevant party. These are the people who have to stand against. And this is the reason why Nigeria should end, so that everybody go their separate ways. This group of people who want to Islamize Nigeria, we have that time to be able to build their caliphate in the north, because most of them are Northerners. Most of them are not from northern part of Nigeria. And from the look of things, the northern Muslims will be much better. I think they will prefer staying in their caliphate. They would prefer staying in their Islamic caliphate. Maybe. Why the southern part of Nigeria, they want a secular state, a secular system where they will be able to express themselves the way it's supposed to be. That is why we are saying that let there be a breakup, so that every region will go their separate ways, build a constitution, build a nation that they can be proud of. If I can want to travel to the Islamic nation, I can equally go there. After all, even as we speak, there are Christians in some Islamic nations, in Saudi Arabia, in Iran, Iraq. People are there, Christians, praying. Foreigners, they stay there peacefully without any interruption. Why would you establish the same in Nigeria? Let people go their separate way, because the diversity is a destructive one. The diversity we have in Nigeria is a diversity that will take the life of everybody. That wants to kill every indigenous person in that contraption. It will not do us any good. You see them talking about the population. The population we have in Nigeria is not doing us any good. There is no achievement in the population you are seeing. Each time they come and boast that Nigeria is the most populated African nation. What have you gained from that? Instead of death, you only gain fraud, gain debt, gain all manner of evil, gain insecurity, gain terrorism. That is what you see in such kind of a populated country. There is nothing we gain. Even you are claiming to be the most populated country, you are still going to South Africa to borrow mercenaries to fight for you in that way. Maybe some of you don't know. Nigeria go to South Africa to borrow mercenaries to come and fight for them with all the population they have. That is where we found ourselves. Because the evil men are in charge. Because there are a certain group of people who say that all that will not survive. Those are the people we're going to be talking about. These are the reasons why you have to be talking about the breakup of this contraption, because it will never ever work. As long as these very different opinions are working together, as far as these different diversities are being jammed together, it will only create insecurity and more death every day. The only single solution is a breakup. As soon as you break up, you break the interest. Everybody go their separate ways. If you want to build a caliphate, you build a caliphate. If you want to build a secular state, you build a secular state. That is what we're asking for. And as for the government that is in power, they are not interested to listen. They are not willing to create security in the country. They are not willing to secure the indigenous people. They are only willing to be able to sponsor the terrorists. They are sponsoring them, even giving them arms. It is no longer news. I would like to play for you a video of somebody who was an ex-general, what he was saying, the way he was vibrating, asking the government not to negotiate with the criminals. But what is it today? They are not only negotiating, they are reintegrating them into the military. Watch this video, then we come back.
We cannot, and I repeat, we cannot negotiate with these guys. We've got what it takes to crush them off. You only begin to negotiate when you've not done your homework, when you've not put in all what you should put in place. So when they have taken over your kids or your citizens and hold them ransom, there is nothing you can do. Any attempt at rescue operation, there will be high collateral damage. You will lose nearly half or over 3/4 of them. And what you are compelled to start negotiating. As a country with a strong defense force, haven't actually equipped your inventory, my God, you go out there and crush the enemy. That is what I expect from Nigeria. We did this in Liberia, we did this in Sierra Leone, we did it in the... What is happening with us? Is this Nigeria? Our sovereignty is threatened. Bandits have taken over this country. And we are watching. We are watching. For Christ's sake, We must save this country. This is the only land we have. Can someone tell the president that Nigeria is sinking? We are sinking. Every day we are sinking.
Well, Colonel Hassan Labo, I stand Labo. I see you spoken.
You can see the cry of the man, shouting on top of his voice that they must not, telling us how strong the Nigerian military are. That was then. Now, as I'm speaking to you, they are not only negotiating with them, they are reintegrating them into Nigeria and implementing everything that the terrorists have requested. Schools are being shut down. Instead of protecting the students, they are shutting down the schools and making sure that they close down the schools. Children are being kidnapped on a daily basis, happening. Instead of them calling them their name, which is terrorists, they rename them, they call them unknown gunmen, they call them bandits. What are you saying? These are the same terrorists coming into town fully. They come and tell us that about 5,000 plus have handed themselves over. To what? To who? Where? How? Today you see that the north have been taken over by the terrorists and they want to transfer it to the south, which will never happen. And the south can never accept that. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. We cannot accept that. That is why the southern part of Nigeria have taken it upon themselves to fight their way out. Because the government is a terrorist government, instead of supporting this, securing the southern part of Nigeria, they are now pushing their military. Those Boko Haram they have recruited, pushing into the southern part of Nigeria to begin to kill people and destroy as many lives as they can. You see, the southern governors came together. They talked about banning open grazing. Because you and I know that the main reason why these terrorists are able to penetrate the south is through the grazing. They are coming with a cow in the name of coming for business, but they are not coming for business. They are coming with their weapons to kill innocent people, destroy our farms in the southern part of Nigeria. That is what they are coming for. The governor of Benue State have shouted on top of his voice, spoken about it very well. In most cases, Benue State that they call the basket of the country, the basket food of the country, where the country get their food, it has been destroyed. They can no longer farm anymore. They can't farm anymore. All in the name of cow. Cow that cannot produce a milk that can serve the nation. Cow that cannot even be, the meat cannot even be exported to any reasonable country. That is what they are using to destroy the country. And today, they are pushing the agenda of the cow. You see some people from the northern part of Nigeria talking from the two sides of their mouth. Today, they come out and tell us about the insecurity. Tomorrow, they stand against those who are trying to work against the insecurity. The next day, they are saying a different thing altogether. Deceit everywhere, no single truth in their mouth. The same people who have come against the southern governors for enacting the open grazing law to make sure it stops, they still come and complain about insecurity. Watch this video, what the Northern Forum leader, who is not even a Nigerian, a foreigner, what he was saying, complaining about insecurity. But at the end of it, I will tell you something else.
How can I be satisfied? I feel sorry for the president. I mean, if he doesn't do anything, and these are the kind of excuses that you hear about what he's doing, then really we are in very serious trouble. A lot worse than we are. You don't feel empathy. You don't feel a presidency which recognizes the fact that it has very serious problems, and the country has very serious problems, a lot more than the presidency that it has. And then all you hear is we should pray. We are praying, and we will continue to pray. And one of the things we are praying for is that God should show President Buhari the way, either to fix his country as quickly as possible or to give way so that somebody else, the same way that he said in 2013, if you can't fix the country, there are other people who can do it better. That is the truth. We are, as Northerners, we are dying like nothing. Other Nigerians are dying too. It's not just the Northerners. Death, killing is becoming a national pastime. More and more people are dying from violence. How many people are going to die before President Buhari recognizes the fact that he needs to do something serious? We don't have the time to wait. You can tell us all the things that you think he's committed to, but we measure him by just one thing. What is the outcome of your commitment? What is the result of all these things you're doing? We don't see them on the ground. We don't see them on the road when we travel. We don't see them in our homes. We don't see them on the farms where poor people go. Everywhere you go, the country has become more dangerous to live in. The Sultan was absolutely correct. Now, and if you know what it takes for someone like the Sultan of Sokoto to actually speak out and say what he said, if you know what it is for a loyalist of President Buhari like Senator Shatima to say what he said on the floor of the Senate, then you must know that the situation is a lot worse than even what the Northern Elders Forum said. What we said is simple. It's in exercise of a democratic right. An elected person is elected to perform a job. He doesn't perform that job, you tell him, please, let's have someone does it. These are people who, Sultan of Sokoto is the kind of person who doesn't speak unless it becomes absolutely essential. Senator Kasim Shatima has been a diehard loyalist of President Buhari from day one. And he had supported President Buhari with his life. If these people can say what they said, if Governor Zulum of Borno State, a professor who would know the implication of saying in public, bring back South African mercenaries. If he can say that to the president's delegation in Borno, because our military obviously is failing, because that's why you bring mercenaries. If you put all these things together and you put them within a context, it just tells you one thing. The president has lost control of our security. There's no other way around it. There's no spin you can put on it. There's nothing else that can be said that Nigerians are not going to be impressed by anything other than a dramatic improvement in our security. And if you can't do that, the only thing to say is, I'm sorry, sir, we don't see any evidence that you appreciate and understand that we are scared, we are dying, and we'll continue dying under your watch. And it is not acceptable.
You can see, this man that you have seen now knows fully well that the government in power is incapacitated and they cannot do anything. He is afraid of the problem. He knows that there is a problem, but he never wants to address it. It is this same man that came out to speak against the northern governors, the southern governors. He spoke against the southern governors for enacting a law against open grazing. Open grazing that is the source of the whole insecurity. He came and stood against it. These are the kind of people we have. That is why we say the north and the south can never ever exist together. This is water and oil. They cannot be able to mix. The best thing is for each one to go their separate ways, exist on their own direction. Whatever you want to establish on your own. If you want to practice Islamic religion or you want to practice Sharia, practice your Sharia in your country, no problem. But allow those who want to be in a secular country to build their own secular system and remain in it. There is no point deceiving people, telling us we have a secular country, that we have a secular country, you are free to practice your religion and all that. But when you go to certain states, you'll be killed for doing something that is just normal. Something that is just normal for every other human being. Many people have lost their life because of this cause. That is why we are calling for the breakup of this very Janjaweed, concocted British country. Enough is enough. We cannot be part of it anymore. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. Biafra will come. Oduduwa will be free. Every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria will be free. And that is what we are looking up to. No man born of a woman can stop it. The freedom of the people is near. May Chuko Hukabia, my God, and protect our Sunni Lamaz and Nadekano. May Chuko Hukabia continue to strengthen our Sunni Lamaz and Nadekano. May Chuko Hukabia bring back our Sunni Lamaz and Nadekano to us very, very soon. Give him more knowledge, wisdom, understanding, so that he can lead us to the promised land as soon as possible. We are waiting for the return of that chosen person, the person that Chuko Hukabia have chosen for us, Mazi Nadekano. He is coming back very, very soon. No man born of a woman can stop his freedom.
O Mary Wonizu Woniya Abakare Mama Daora Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi bu onye du aimo o meri woni nizu ngiro ya abakare mamanda ora unapuri Mary Nandi Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una poli meri Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una poli meri Nnamdi.
Thank you so much for watching. I remain blessed. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.